Tens of thousands of fox bandits split into little packs, some as small as 100, others pushing near 1,000. And they slipped into Darong through the cracks between the fortress piers, not bothering to grab land or hit cities, just out to snatch supplies and butcher folks. For a spell, the northern prefectures and counties got swallowed up in war, one after another. Massacres and panic rippling south like a big, ugly wave, folks ditching homes to dodge the chaos, only to get cut off and cut down by those fox bandits. In a flash, 5 more days zipped by. Right as Mr. M stood watching the young toughs train on D-Clan Village's back mountain, grim news rolled in. Taylor D hustled up to the training ground, puffing hard. Zhengshan, trouble! The Fox tribes busted into the country. Mr. M's face tightened a bit. What's happening out there? Just got word from the county crew. Fox cavalry stormed into Anning County, Taylor D said, still catching his breath. Mr. M's eyes narrowed. Fox folks hitting Anning County this fast? What about Heavy Mountain Pass? Did it fall? Nope. Word is Heavy Mountain Pass is still locked in a standoff with the Fox Army. But the county folks ain't too clear on the details, Taylor D answered. Mr. M sucked in a long breath. Good, that's good news. Long as Heavy Mountain Pass holds, Darong ain't licked yet. Mr. M didn't know a ton about the border mess, but he sure knew Heavy Mountain Pass mattered. Biggest fortress gate on Darong's northeast edge, and as long as it stood, Darong had some wiggle room up there. But those Fox cavalry rolling into Anning County? That meant they weren't far off from D-Clan Village now. Chief, get the food up the mountain fast. Rest will figure as it comes, Mr. M said steady. All right, I'll set it up quick, Taylor D replied, settling his nerves before hustling back to the village. Mr. M chewed it over a second, then strode up to a high spot on the training ground and hollered, Assemble! A sharp whistle cut the air next, and the young toughs dropped their drills, lining up neat and stepping right up to Mr. M. He eyed the crew standing tall, a spark glinting in his gaze. They looked like a real army now. All that hard coaching and dosing them with spiritual spring water this stretch? Worth it. He scanned them and cut straight to it. Fox cavalry's hit Anning County. Won't be long till they're sniffing around D-Clan Village. We don't have the full scoop on them yet. All we can do is gear up to scrap and make sure our folks, wives, and kids can bolt to the mountains safe when it counts. But first, we've got to nail scouting and staying sharp. Hunter D! Here! Hunter D snapped forward, voice firm. You're on village defense. Patrol and guard round the clock. No slacking, Mr. M ordered. Yes, Mr. Second D. Here, Mr. Second D stepped up, chest puffed out, head high, eyes practically twinkling. Mr. Second D had been grinding hardest these past weeks. On top of daily drills, he'd sneak in an extra hour of martial arts after getting home. Maybe it's because he's Mr. M's boy and couldn't stomach letting his dad down. Sure enough, Mr. M's got his back. Family's tight, so he's giving his son a little extra edge. While the rest sip diluted spiritual spring water, Mr. Second D gets the straight stuff. Over a month, he's bulked up and shot up taller too. You're on back mountain patrol. Keep the enemy from sneaking in, Mr. M ordered. That back mountain's part of Chongqing Mountain, just low hills, but it sprawls wide, and it's D-Clan Village's escape hatch, so guarding it locks down their getaway. Yes! Vance D. Mr. M zeroed in on the tallest guy in the lineup. This fella's the beefiest in D-Clan Village, no contest, towering a full head over Mr. M. He's also the village's fourth warrior, fresh on the heels of Mr. First D. You're on lookout around the village. Spot any enemy. Holler fast, Mr. M ordered. Vance D's eyes popped wide, excitement buzzing. Yes! His stare at Mr. M burned hotter than the rest. Sure, they all respect him, but Vance D? That's idol worship, pure fanboy fever. Why? Because Vance D credits Mr. M for turning him into a warrior. He'd been grinding away for over 10 years, chasing that warrior spark with no luck, but then bam, half a month training under Mr. M, and he's there. To him, Mr. M handed him the keys to that breakthrough. Once he'd set everything up, Mr. M didn't kick back. He swung home, barked a few orders, then teamed up with Vance D to prowl around D-Clan Village, keeping watch. Next few days, Anning County turned into a full-on mess. Hordes of war-fleeing folks kept streaming in from the north, piling panic on top of D-Clan Village's already jittery nerves. But those runaways brought word too, tales for Mr. M and his crew to chew on. Fox cavalry were tearing through the north, killing and looting wild, while heavy mountain town soldiers scrambled to cut him off and push him back. Both sides clashed nonstop. The tension was thick as mud. Things got shakier by the day, and D-Clan village folks started wobbling. Some dead set on guarding home, others itching to duck into the mountains early, a few eyeing a run south with the refugees. Panic kicked up all sorts of fuss, but lucky for them, old steady Taylor D held the reins, keeping the lid on any big blow-ups. Should we head to the mountains early? Taylor D asked, his weathered face showing a mix of exhaustion and worry in the rundown courtyard at D-Clan Village's edge. Mr. M wiped his spear tip, gave a little shake of his head, and said, "Not yet. It's not the time." He'd already pieced together that the Fox cavalry slipping into Darong were just small bands. If it was a full-on army crashing in, they'd have no pick but to bolt for the hills. But with these little packs of Fox cavalry, Mr. M reckoned it was worth a stand. It's not about gambling with D-Clan village folks. He gets how tough it is for them to ditch their roots. Sure, some are itching to run south, others to hide in the mountains now, but deep down, most don't want to budge from D-Clan village. If they split and the Fox cavalry hit, they'd torch the place flat. Even if the Fox riders pull back later, surviving'd be a long shot for the villagers. Plus, those mountain trails are a beast. D-Clan village prepped some. Yeah, but the food hauled up there skimpy, most still sitting in homes. Lose that, and they're sunk. That's why Mr. M's dead set on holding D-Clan village as hard as he can. Taylor D's on the same page, but he's rattled, scared his call might flop, leaving him waffling. "Zhangshan, if I don't make it through this, the D-Clan's yours," Taylor D said sudden and low, voice heavy. Mr. M snapped his head up, eyes flashing sharp. "Chief, D-Clan village needs you steering the ship." Taylor D's got grit and heart, putting the D-Clan's good front and center. Folks like that earn respect. "I'm old. To the D-Clan, you're the real prize," Taylor D said soft and steady. Mr. M went quiet, eased to his feet, spear in hand. The iron spear quivered, energy popping off it, and drove clean into the dirt wall beside him. "Whatever this fight brings, I'll give it all I've got," Mr. M said, light but firm. Taylor D gaped at that spear tip buried in the wall. "Energy!" He cranked his neck stiff, staring at Mr. M. Taylor D shook all over, let out a big whoosh of air, and crowed, "My D-Clan's gonna birth an acquired realm warrior?" "Ha ha!" he roared, laughter blasting out, chasing off all his worry and wariness. Mr. M cracked a faint smile too, but that grin on Taylor D's face faded quick. "You've got to stay alive. You ain't an acquired realm warrior yet." Bodybuilding warriors have got some clout with regular folks, but they're still just everyday people. Acquired realm warriors, though? That's a whole other game. In the army, an acquired realm warrior starts at Centurion, 6th rank officer, no less. If Mr. M pulls off becoming an acquired realm warrior, it'd be a massive win for the whole D-Clan. So Taylor D's dead set against Mr. M rolling the dice. He wants Mr. M safe, climbing steady to acquired realm status, guarding the D-Clan's rise down the road. What's martial arts all about? It's a tussle, a fight, and as long as you're breathing, that fight don't quit. Playing it safe might nudge me into the acquired realm slow and easy, but it'd choke off my shot at the big time in martial arts. Mr. M laid it out, dead serious. That's his take on martial arts. Backing off or sitting quiet? That's not what a warrior's built for. Taylor D just stared at Mr. M, his insides all twisted up with feelings. After a good long pause, he let out a sigh. "I got it wrong. I've let that warrior fight in me slip away." "You're spot on, but I still want you to watch your back. The D-Clan's future's riding on you." Right then, a figure burst into the courtyard, hollering, "Grandpa M, big trouble. Fox cavalry's popped up in the back mountain." The two of them froze mid-chat, Mr. M's gut lurching hard. What's coming's finally here. They locked eyes, and Mr. M said icy, "Let's check it out first." With that, he slung the cloth bag holding his short spear over his back, gripped his iron spear tight, and marched out the beat-up courtyard gate. A heartbeat later, a wild clanging of metal echoed through the place. D-Clan village lit up like a kicked anthill, folks scrambling in a buzzing panic. A handful of middle-aged guys dashed to the village entrance, hauling out barricades they'd prepped ages ago, and jammed up the road in. Hunter D rallied the trained young toughs to gear up for defense. Patrol boys hustled back, piling into the crew, though Mr. Second D and his mountain crew stayed put out back. "What's the deal?" Mr. M asked, hitting the hilltop. "Dad, over there? Look north," Mr. Second D whispered, pointing with a steady hand. Mr. M followed his finger, a funny glint flickering in his eyes. Sure enough, Fox cavalry had slipped into the back mountain, not gunning for D-Clan village, though. They'd stumbled in chasing a fight. From the hilltop, you could see it plain, two outfits slugging it out. Wasn't a big scrap. Fox cavalry clocked in at 200 to 300, border troops maybe 100 tops. But the border boys were in a tight spot, outnumbered double. They hacked and backed off, dragging the Fox cavalry right into D-Clan village's backyard. Mr. M squinted at the border troops pulling back, his eyes narrowing tight. This was a cavalry bunch, but they ditched their war horses once they hit the mountains. Even on the run, they had a slick rhythm, advancing and retreating smart, popping off counterattacks using the lay of the land, proof they were a crack elite squad. What really snagged Mr. M's attention, though, was their leader. This guy's got moves. Every swing packed a jolt of raw energy. An acquired realm warrior. Mr. M ran a hand over his short beard. Round everybody up, get ready to fight. Tracking their path, they'd hit the hilltops soon, but they weren't aiming for D-Clan village. For these border troops, bolting into the mountains was the smart play. Those twisty hills could save them from getting wiped out clean. Trouble is, once they duck in, D-Clan village is left in the crosshairs. Mr. M didn't buy that these Fox cavalry would just tip their hats and ride off after their scrap. Why sit tight for them to roll up? Better to team up with this sharp border crew while they're here and take out the Fox cavalry together. Plus, they've got the high ground now. The Fox cavalry ditched their war horses, so Mr. M and his crew can box them in from up top. After Mr. M barked his orders, Mr. 3rd D took off down the mountain, letting out a piercing whistle as he went. 2 short blasts, 1 long. That's the call to gather up. By the time they hit the peak, the 2 sides slugging it out on the hillside were less than 200 meters off. The young toughs clocked the border troops and Fox cavalry clashing down below. No panic, no jitters, just an itch to jump in. New calves don't spook at tigers. These kids have been swinging martial arts since they could walk, itching to strut their stuff. Add a month of hard drills, and they're downright hungry for a real scrap. Even eyeballing a bloody battlefield, not a flicker of fear crossed their faces. At Mr. M's word, over 100 of them snapped into 2 crisp rows atop the hill. Their showing up snagged the eyes of the border troops and Fox cavalry slugging it out below. Lucy Clerk caught sight of this ragtag bunch in rough linen popping up out of nowhere, froze for a second, then felt a hot spike of irritation. "Go," she bellowed, her voice scraping raw like torn cloth, probably because her strength was running on fumes. "You pack of fools. What are you still standing there for? Waiting to get killed?" Right then, Lucy Clerk was downright furious, madder than when the Fox cavalry had her boxed in. She couldn't wrap her head around why this crew was perched on the hilltop, practically begging for a slaughter. Yep, to her, D-Clan village's young toughs were just regular folks. They gripped spears, but she didn't peg them as fighters worth a lick. And she wasn't alone. The Fox cavalry tailing her thought the same. Spotting a bunch of cloth-clad civilians, those Fox soldiers didn't flinch one bit. Instead, they flashed wicked grins. Just as Lucy Clerk geared up to charge the hill and shoo these people off, a sharp whoosh cut through the air. A short spear, over 1 meter long, sailed right over her head and slammed into a Fox cavalryman's chest with a dull thud. She whipped her gaze toward where it flew from. There stood a big, burly guy, hoisting another short spear like he'd just chucked it. That's right, that hulking figure's Mr. M. Used to be a wiry sort, but months of rest and good eating turned Mr. M into a broad-backed, beefy-armed powerhouse. His face had filled out some, no longer pale like it was back at the start, carrying a healthier glow now. In just a handful of breaths, Mr. M let fly all 10 short spears he had on him. Right then, he was mighty thankful these Fox cavalry didn't pack bows. Maybe they ditched them coming into the mountains, or maybe they just weren't crack shots on horseback. But whatever the reason, it was a blessing they didn't have them. The young toughs from D-Clan village had no armor to shield them. Facing a crew slinging arrows would have been a no-go. That's exactly why Mr. M had the guts to rally him for a scrap. Otherwise, he'd be hunkering down for a village standoff. The enemy was closing in fast, and Lucy Clerk rolled up right in front of Mr. M. But Mr. M didn't even flicker a glance, just let her shuffle to the back of the line. "Kill!" he roared, sudden and fierce. He lunged forward, bounding down like a feral beast, his long spear jabbing out and catching a charging fox soldier square. Next thing you know, that fox soldier felt a hot sting rip through his chest as Mr. M's iron spear punched right in. Before he could blink, the spear yanked back and a big boot smashed down on his face. "Rush!" Mr. M hollered loud, charging ahead like he'd take on the whole world. Behind him, the young toughs from D-Clan Village fell into their drilled-in fives, splitting off to hit hard, just like they'd practiced. Right then, the border soldiers who'd been hightailing it spun back around, weaving in with the young crew to back their push. No chit-chat between them, but they clicked smooth as butter anyway. Not because the young bloods are some crack unit. Nah, it's those border troops, real pros who know how to roll with it and spot the perfect beat to swing back. The young toughs? They're all guts and basic drills, still a long haul from elite. Even so, Lucy Clerk shot him a sideways glance, surprised. She never figured a bunch of regular folks could pack this kind of punch. But she didn't have time to gawk. After sucking in a quick breath, her wiry frame sprang out like a cheetah, Long Knee flashing a snowy edge as it whipped through the air. Just as she leaped, Mr. M's bulk went sailing back like a tossed sack. Damn it, got sloppy. Mr. M clutched his spear across his chest, face red as a beet, tumbling back out of control. He'd messed up big, wanted to fire up the young crew and lead the charge, but forgot these fox soldiers weren't pushovers. Even Lucy Clerk, an acquired realm warrior, got chased ragged by him. Him, a bodybuilding warrior, not even sniffing the acquired realm yet? No chance.